Hello and welcome to the Get English Podcast Episode 4. I'm your host, Candace, and today we're diving into a fascinating and sometimes tricky topic: deception and truth. We'll be exploring what exactly deception is, why people lie, and the importance of honesty in our lives. We'll also be hearing a real conversation between two people sharing their own experiences with being tricked and telling fibs. So, get ready to sharpen your English skills and delve into the world of truth and lies. So let's start by defining what deception actually is. At its core, deception is an act intended to make someone believe something that isn't true. It's about creating a false reality, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Now, deception can take many forms. One of the most common is outright lying. This is when you say something you know to be false. For example, telling your friend you love their new haircut when you actually think it's terrible. Classic lie. Another form of deception is withholding information. This is when you omit crucial details to create a misleading impression. Imagine a friend asks if you've seen their partner flirting with someone else. You saw it, but you say, "I didn't see anything." Technically true, but deceptive nonetheless. Then there's manipulation, a more subtle form of deception. This involves influencing someone's behavior or emotions through indirect or underhanded tactics. Think of guilt-tripping someone into doing something for you, or using flattery to get what you want. It's deceptive because you're not being honest about your true intentions. So why do people lie? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and psychologists for centuries. The motivations behind deception are complex and varied. Sometimes, people lie to protect themselves. This could be to avoid punishment, like a child lying about breaking a vase, or to save face, like pretending to know something you don't. Other times, lies are told to protect others. Think of the classic white lie, like telling a friend their cooking is delicious when it's actually questionable. We might lie to spare someone's feelings or to avoid hurting them. But deception isn't just about the liar. It also affects the person being lied to. Discovering a lie can be incredibly damaging. It can shatter trust, create feelings of betrayal, and lead to emotional distress. Being lied to can make you question your own judgment and even your sanity. It can make you feel vulnerable and insecure. Even small lies can have a significant psychological impact. They can erode the foundation of a relationship and create a climate of suspicion. The constant worry about whether someone is being truthful can be exhausting and emotionally draining.
Have you ever been properly deceived, Sarah? Like really lied to about something important?
Oh, have I ever? In college, I had this friend, we'll call her Lisa, who was constantly borrowing money. Small amounts at first, always with a believable excuse. Lost her wallet, unexpected bill, you know the drill. I was happy to help. We were good friends.
Right, totally understandable. Lending a hand to a friend.
Exactly. But then the amounts started getting bigger, and the excuses more elaborate. One day, she asked for a significant sum, enough to cover her rent, she said. She was crying, genuinely distressed. I felt terrible for her and lent her the money, even though it was a big chunk of my savings.
Wow, that's a lot of trust.
Yeah, well, trust misplaced, as it turned out. A few weeks later, I overheard her talking to another friend, bragging about how she'd tricked me out of the money to go on a fancy vacation. I was absolutely crushed. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the betrayal of our friendship.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. I can only imagine how betrayed you felt. What did you do?
I confronted her, of course. She denied it at first, but I had overheard her, so she eventually admitted it. It was a messy, emotional confrontation, and our friendship never recovered. I learned a hard lesson that day about trusting people blindly. It made me much more cautious, perhaps even a little cynical, about lending money and believing people's stories.
It's tough, isn't it? Experiences like that can really change your perspective. I had a similar experience, though not about money. An ex-boyfriend lied to me for months about seeing someone else. It was a web of deceit, constantly shifting stories and fabricated alibis. When I finally found out the truth, I was devastated. It took a long time to rebuild my trust in people, especially in romantic relationships.
It's funny, the impact a lie can have. It can be so much more than just the lie itself, you know? It's about the damage to the relationship, the self-doubt it creates, and the lingering suspicion it leaves behind.
Absolutely. It makes you realize the importance of honesty and how fragile trust can be.
Wow, those stories from Sarah and Emily are powerful reminders of how damaging deception can be. It really highlights why honesty is such a crucial foundation for any strong relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, or even professional. Think about it. Honesty fosters trust, and trust is the glue that holds everything together. In a workplace, honesty is paramount. It creates a culture of transparency and accountability. When colleagues can trust each other, they're more likely to collaborate effectively, share ideas openly, and support one another. Dishonesty, on the other hand, breeds suspicion, undermines teamwork, and can ultimately lead to a toxic work environment. Beyond personal and professional relationships, honesty plays a vital role in society as a whole. Think about our legal system, our political institutions, our media. They all depend on truth and accuracy to function properly. When dishonesty becomes widespread, it erodes public trust, fuels corruption, and can destabilize entire communities. It's easy to see how deception can have a ripple effect, impacting not just individuals but the broader social fabric. So as we've heard today, while the reasons behind dishonesty are complex, the value of honesty remains clear. It's essential for building strong relationships, fostering cooperation, and creating a just and equitable society. So there you have it. A deep dive into the murky waters of deception and the clear, refreshing spring of truth.